Hi, beautiful people. Honest, I am here, the creator and writer for the Honestly Sis newsletter, and I am here for a quick daily motivational video. Let's get into it. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, we come to you as humbly as we know how to just say thank you. Thank you for waking us up this morning, and thank you for allowing us to be able to connect in this way. Now, God, what information do you deem worthy for us to hear? Allow no room for doubt and confusion in me and the viewer's mind. And so I'm going to do this message a little bit differently. I'm going to go to our Acts of Faith books, and I'm going to go straight to the day. Our greatest problem in life comes not so much from the situations we confront as from our doubts about our ability to handle them. It makes perfectly good sense to get directions when you are traveling to a new place. Culture and heritage are directions that will help you move forward. You have a rich culture and a powerful heritage, yet we often forget that our ancestors built the world, healed the sick, and educated the ignorant. Why should we forget the African mind, bodies, and spirits of the past who paved the way into today? We must accept and understand they didn't do it because they were Africans, whether they were Africans and they knew how. Culture is a rock in a hard place, and we know the Africans knew a great deal about rocks. Let us stand on the knowing of our ancestors, remembering the heritage of the people and the traditions of the family, and the wisdom and strength they used to make it through the rough days. I know what my ancestors would do. What hidden strengths have you inherited from your ancestors? Has your culture paved the way for you today? And so I'm going to start off by telling you kind of a little, not even a little story. Like maybe a couple of Thanksgivings ago, I was over my dad's house and I had stopped by I think it was a COVID Thanksgiving. And I just, stopped by the house to see how they were doing, say hey. And my auntie was there, and somehow we got on somehow my dad, I just remember him randomly saying like, it actually makes sense that you're doing tarot and everything like that because your great uncle used to be a medicine doctor. He was a voodoo medicine doctor. And then I remember maybe a year or so after that, I met again through social media, I found this young lady who did divinations, and her divinations was where she kind of goes in to speak to your spirit team. And two things she said to me. First, she was talking about the deep underwater, and then she was also talking about Benign, I believe, which is over in Africa. It's a culture there, and again, I think it's a city. I don't know, y'all. Please, I know I sound ignorant when I say this, but I don't. I remember when she told me, but I don't remember right now. And when I looked it up, the heritage for that place, I think it was Benign. It was like they held the festival for like the biggest voodoo festival in Africa and actually in the world. And so I'm telling you this because I think a lot of people look at voodoo and, as Black people, especially here in America, we've been taught that it's bad and that it's taboo and to stay away from it. But voodoo is really about being a bridge, and it's about recognizing that we are not on this world alone, and knowing that we have invisible helpers or ancestors or spirits, whatever you want to call them, right? That's pretty much the basis of voodoo. And if I'm ignorant about that, comment down below and let me know. But that's how I have come to understand it. And so it makes sense that I do what I do and I channel in the way that I channel because I really genuinely believe that is from my ancestral background. I've never taken a tarot class. I never had to, I've never taken a tarot class. I never read a book about it. Like I just picked up tarot cards. They just literally start speaking to me. This is not something that I had to learn. And I think that if you go on your spilling journey and you're on your healing journey, and I hate calling it a healing journey. If you just start to heal yourself, want to learn more about yourself, get more curious about yourself, I feel like you start tapping into your ancestral things and like you just know stuff. Like I genuinely, there's just shit that I know that I don't even know how I know. And I'll go and I meet somebody, or I'll go and say something in one of these videos and go listen to somebody that has millions and millions of views and they're saying the exact same thing I'm saying. And, of course I'm doubting myself because I don't have millions and millions of views, but I'm saying the exact same thing. And it's not because I'm going to do any Esther. It's because the ancestral knowledge. Like I'm not just 34 years old. I'm 3,400 years old. I didn't just live this life. I've lived 7 other lives within this soul or within this body. And so when you start to work to heal yourself and become one with yourself, you're able to tap into all that knowledge. Angel number 505. So since we're talking so much about our spirits and our guides, I want us to tap into our star seeds and just ask, what is this message about? What do you want us to know? Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me and invite viewers' mind. Stillness. Reflect on this moment with love and kindness and compassion. Again, with this earth guide. I think I'm gonna take this card out because it's just like, it's so fucked up. But anyways, so I think that the reason why God is saying stillness in this moment, because I feel like we're at this time, especially in America, where it really feels like we're tipping in the wrong direction. We're really going in the wrong direction. And I think God wants us to reflect that us as Black people, we have been in worse positions in this country. We have been through worse, and our people have persevered. And I think that if you are having feelings or if you're having inklings to do certain things and to move in certain ways, then you just have to trust it. And I get that it's scary because I actually had a really, I don't know, like I remember having this big like thing about like, I don't want to be a messenger for God. It sounds crazy to say that, but I really was like, I think a lot of people look at me and look at this YouTube channel and think, oh, she just, angel number 633, she just did this, or she, like, she's doing this to get attention or whatever. Like, I actually really was hesitant to do this. I made sure, I asked, I got help, I got confirmation. Like, I was really hesitant to do this because I know, like, we all know what happens to, civil rights leaders, and we all know what happens to God messenger, like Jesus. Hello, like, we know how this goes. And I just remember being like very apprehensive. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to die. Like, I ain't trying to get shot. I ain't trying to get assassinated for some shit. Like, I'm just not out here to live that life. And I remember, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking back on it, I remember like randomly, somebody talked about the Toni Morrison doc, and then I went and watched the Toni Morrison doc, and at the end, I was in here sobbing. Like, if you seen the end, she's like, I don't know you and you don't know me, and she put her hand up, and like, I just was sobbing because nobody can, this is why I just know my book is going to be so successful. Nobody can tell me that Toni was not waking my ass up at 3 and 4 in the morning. Because, like, when I tell you guys the sex scene, and it was a sex scene. Like, she woke me up to write a sex scene. It was so poetic, and like I was writing, I was writing, and I literally was just like in awe at what was coming out, and like it was just so poetic. And I just knew that wasn't me. I was like, I don't talk this way. I don't write this way. And then I started to read more of her books, and I was like, this is Toni. Like, I know this is Toni. Like, I know this can't be nobody but Toni, right? And so why am I telling you all of this? I'm telling you all of this because I thought a lot about Toni's journey. And Toni, she spoke about it in her doc, like, I didn't march in the street, but like, Toni was very much so a part of the movement. Like, she was a part of the movement in her own way. Her literature, her work, the authors that she edited, the authors that she championed, like the authors that she pushed in the forefront, that was her form of protest. Like, that was her way of contributing to the world. And so I'm telling you this because I feel like a lot of us feel like, oh, I have to march in the street, or I have to. Everything does not have to be done in that way. Like, you can do your form of protest or your form of civil rights in your own type of way, in your own environment. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I honestly feel like God is encouraging that, and he wants us to do that right now. And I tell you my story because I realized, like, no, I'm never going to be the girl marching. Let me not say never. I don't plan on being a girl marching in the street and being, at the center of rallies, but I do know what my right is. I do know what my writing is for. I do know what these videos are, what my books are going to be for, what my movies are standing for. And it's all about freedom, equality, and self-actualization. Like, that's just what I stand for. And that's the bridge in love, and that is the bridge that I'm willing to die for. That is my form of protest. And so last night I was watching everything that was happening in Tennessee, and it was really fucking up my spirit. Like, I really wanted to cry, because I just injustice really bothers me. Like, y'all, I'm not even being funny. Like, I have this sign up here that says where is it at? Where is this goddamn sign? I am not the justice police. Look at this. I am not the justice police. I must focus on me. I literally have this sign. I am not the justice police. I have to focus on me, because injustice really fucking bothers me. Like, it just, I don't like it. And so, like, it's not even like I don't like it. It does something in my spirit. It just, I don't like that shit. Like, it really bothers me. I think that's that Libra rising. Like, injustice really, really bothers me. And so, like, that Tennessee stuff was happening, and I was just really getting bothered. And it wasn't just it was just like so much stuff happening in the news, like, you know, the stuff with the girl. I don't even know the story, but I kept seeing it on my timeline about the difference between, you know, the girl doing this, the white girl doing it, the black girl doing it. And it's just like so much about this racial thing where it's like, you know, that they're trying to incite this, you know, blank, 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 because I'm not saying it and I'm not speaking life into it, but it's like, and I'm like, I don't believe in it. Like, I don't believe that our problem is a black and white problem. Like, it is the people in power. It is the system. It is, you know, like, it's not a black and white thing. And I just, instead of, like, you know, tweeting a whole bunch of stuff and all of this stuff, I just kept saying, like, just remember who the enemy is. Like, on some Hunger Games shit. Like, remember who the fucking enemy is. Because it's not, like, we're fighting against us, and these motherfuckers are just getting richer while kids are dying in school. And it's like, remember who the enemy is. And so, I just say that trust in your ability, create your visions in your soul. Like, God is saying that if we just take this moment of stillness, reflect on the past, see that our ancestors were able to get through way, you know, like, darker times, then we can get through it too. Like, this is not the end. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to lose faith. This is the time to trust your vision and to double down. Underneath this is transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitation and allow your soul to shine. So I'm gonna leave it right there. I just feel like right now God is saying is we have to trust that, you know, angel number 1222, that we're gonna get through this period of darkness. This period of darkness is honestly, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, it's breaking way for New Earth. Like, they're doing this because they're scared. They're doing this because they hear the clock ticking, and they think that by putting all this stuff, it's just delaying the inevitable. It literally is just delaying the inevitable. And I'm gonna end this with the great Toni Morrison quote: every storm runs out of rain. And so the reason why America is going through so much right now is because, you know, this is a soulless country. And because America still has not paid for its blood crimes. It has Native American blood crimes. It has African American blood crimes. And until America truly do right by these two groups, there would never be peace in this country. Until they rectify slavery and genocides, they're never going to be okay. And they can keep trying to suppress and oppress the world, but all they're going to do is just keep oppressing their own bloodlines. All they're going to do is just keep having more of their kids drugged out. All they're going to do is just have more of their kids depressed and, you know, committing suicides, more of their kids growing up into embarrassed and fuck up the whole bloodline and to lose all the generational wealth. Like, the funny thing is, like, it's gonna be a crumbling. Like, it's just gonna crumble. Like, their personal lives are going to crumble because there's no way to deny or to, like, override the karma. I mean, the shit that you put out in the world. You have to deal with it. And 9 times out of 10, if you don't deal with it, your children is gonna deal with it. So think about all those people who are doing all of this shit. All they're doing is setting up for their kids and their future grandkids to have a very, very fucked up life. It's sad. Honestly, the more I look at it, it's like, it's heartbreaking, because it's like, damn, like, you really gonna, like, kill out your whole bloodline to be evil? Like, it's so stupid. Like, I mean, honestly, I think about the royals all the time. Like, so y'all oppress so many people just to have miserable ass personal lives so that you can have power? Like, all of y'all was miserable to... I don't get it. I would never understand it. I would never understand it. Like, everybody literally in the royal family was depressed. Except for the queen. I think she was the only one that was okay with everything else. But everybody else was living a horrible fucking life. All of them had to show, like, all of them literally had the proof of, like, being miserable and not having happiness. And it's all because they oppressed hundreds and thousands of other people. I keep telling y'all, look at Alex Murdoch. He did that himself. It's going to be a lot of Alex Murdoch. Why do you think this world was so, like, drawn to it? Show number 15, 435. Because it's going to be a lot more of that happening. You don't have to worry about getting justice and karma. It's going to happen on its own. Look at the Sherry Shapini. These people are going to self-destruct on their own. And so what God is sending you this message is to stop worrying about black and white. Stop worrying about proving your word. Stop worrying about getting everybody to see your vision. And you just work on bringing your vision to life. You just trust on knowing that your ancestors have been through worse and they were successful and you're going to be able to overcome as well. That's what you need to focus on. Instead of stop focusing on, they don't believe in us and they keep looking at us stupid. Obviously, that's not the case. They can keep calling us stupid, dumb, but we move this world, we move culture, we get the conversation going. None of this shit moves without us. So who really is powerful, bitch? Who really is powerful? You spent your whole fucking existence trying to wipe me out, and all I did was become stronger and fucking multiply. Who really is weak, bitch? Weak motherfuckers. All that shit, they like pussies. That's the fuck they look like. Start calling that shit what they is. And Trump ass like thugs, murderers, gangsters, barbarians, okay? Like, fuck that. All that shit they've been calling black people, it's because that's what the fuck they was deep down inside, okay? Stop. Stop trying to be like, wait, sir. You're giving it power. Let's talk about black supremacy. Come on. Let's talk about black excellence. Let's talk about black advancement. Let's talk about new earth. We're moving on, baby. That system is dead. That system is dying. And that's why they're acting that way, okay? We're moving on. New earth. Okay? I told y'all that last summer. Get on fucking board, okay? Let me calm down. Last message. Stillness, vision, transcendence, reflection. God, what is the message? Okay. A tool. Is there a tool that you would like for us to have? If so, let it go ahead and pop out. Give us one tool that you would like for us to see. If it's necessary, give us one. Let it pop out. If it's necessary, give us one. If not, I'm going to move on. Okay. Talking shit, God. Talking shit, God. Angel number 1803. Rather than complaining, I will focus on the positive aspects. Stop fucking complaining. Stop. Honestly, you know what? Now I look at that and I was so proud of myself because I was feeling so like sad and like, what's going on with the world? And this. And then I just turned around and put 2 new videos up and I ain't talk about that. I just put in the energy that I want because that's what the fuck I'm going to keep doing. You want to keep fucking this bitch up? I'm going to keep lighting it up. You keep doing this. All I'm going to do is just work 10 times harder on this fucking book. Because in the end, love is going to win this motherfucker, okay? God is going to have the last word. Period. And honestly, this is the time. This is honestly the division point. You need to pay attention to the people. If you're following any spiritual leaders or any healers and they talking earth, they talking doomsday, end of days, run. Because I'm telling y'all, the feeling that I feel is new earth. I don't feel no fear. No fear. None. I get scared. I get worried. I feel like it's maybe some bloodshed before this shit get done. But I ain't feeling no fear. Because we going up. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. Okay? New earth. When you focus upon lack and an attitude of complaining, you establish a vibrational point of attraction that only give you access to more thoughts of complaint. Here we go. let's answer this age-old question. Why is it important to stop focusing on white? Because the more that you focusing on that, you establish a vibrational pattern. It says it right here. When you focus upon lack and an attitude of complaining, you establish a vibrational point of attraction that only gives you access to the more complaints. So if all you can see is white blank, then all you will see is white blank reigning supreme, right? This is why this is why they're scared, because earth rules don't go anymore. We are in spiritual territory. It's God time now. Like this is why you should be excited. It is God time now. Spiritual laws reign supreme. Why do you think they're trying to crack down on fucking TikTok so hard? Because they know that niggas is getting information. Niggas is integrating. Niggas is waking up. Niggas is becoming more in line. Niggas is becoming more aware of their spiritual powers. If more niggas become aware of their spiritual powers, then what fucking control do they really have? None. 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 Your deliberate effort to tell a better... Come on. Oh my God, Jesus. Stop. Stop. Y'all about to get me hype. Y'all need me hype. Your deliberate effort to tell a new story will establish a new pattern of thought, providing you with new points of attraction from the presence about the past and into your future. Let me read that again. Your deliberate effort to tell a new story will establish a new pattern of thought, providing you with a new point of attraction from your present about your past and into your future. So if you choose to believe that black people ain't been doing nothing but getting better and better after every obstacle that comes their way, if you choose to believe that every storm has its end, ain't that a different vibrational vantage point than white blank? Ain't that different from feeling like, what's the more empowering thought? Ask yourself, what's the more empowering thought here? White blank or black people getting their just due? Which one feels better? Ask yourself, which one feels better? And then I want you to focus on the one that feels better. Because the one that feels better is going to give you a new vibrational point of interest. Why is that so important? Why is it so important to get a new vibrational pattern? Because you guys, we have to understand that the problem and the frequency are on two different levels. And so if we're focused on the problem of white blank, we can never get to the frequency of the solution to equality because we're focused on white blank. This is why God is saying, ignore it. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. I'm getting hot. The problem and the solution are on two different frequencies. And so we cannot keep focused on they're ruining the world. They're in control of everything. They're and then think we're going to find some solution to equality. It does not work that way. That's why you have to be faithful and you have to trust these visions that God is giving you on your heart, because the visions that God is giving you on your heart is the solution to the problem. If you took this moment of stillness, you're reflecting on the past, you decided, hey, yeah, my ancestors ain't did nothing but transcend circumstances time and time again. So maybe this vision that God is giving me is another way that my ancestors and my bloodline can transcend again and again. This is what God is trying to tell you. You can't focus on the worst and get the best. The simple effort of looking for positive aspects will set a new vibrational tone that will begin to immediately attract of thoughts, people, circumstances, and things that are pleasing to you. I don't know about y'all, but I don't focus on white blank. I don't focus. I really try my best. And every time I do get into that thought pattern of, oh, white people be like this and this, God will bring me somebody in my life to show me very, very quickly. No, that's not white people. That's a spirit. All white people are not evil. It'll be somebody do something super nice to me and I have to check myself. No, because that's not true. Stop speaking of absolutes. I remember who the enemy is. It's not It's not, it ain't me, okay? It ain't the ones on YouTube. We're not the enemy. And so this message is here. Look, life is always working out for me. Oh, money isn't everything, but money isn't everything, but this is for you. You don't need money. And it's your number 24, 25. For some of you guys feel like, I can't make a difference. I can't contribute because I don't have enough money. What? Start where the fuck you are. Start with that goddamn iPhone until you were able to afford a computer. So you were able to afford a camera. Start with writing on a notebook and a notepad, taking your ass to the library to type it up until you can get your ass a laptop. It's not an excuse. Our ancestors. It's not a fucking excuse. You don't have... Okay, I gotta stop. I can't do this reading. I can't. I'm feeling too many feelings. Ancestors are pissed. Like, it's just like, it's no fucking excuse. There's just no excuse. Yes, I get it. Social media is a distraction, but there's no excuse. Like, there's no excuse. Our ancestors have been through way worse. There's no fucking excuse to not act on your visions, to not live out your dreams, to not believe that everything is working out for you. It's no fucking excuse. Period. And if you're not going after your dreams, if you're not helping the world move forward, you are a part of the fucking problem. Period. Now I'm gonna leave that shit at that. I'm a tracker of my every experience. I'm done. I did want to read that one message. Look, there you go. My favorite message: the problem and the solution on 2 different frequencies. I lost it. I did want to read that message. Life is always working out for me. Let me find that, and then I'm done. Whew. God. This message is like, oh my God, look. My attention to unwanted only attracts more unwanted. For every pleasing thing, there's an unpleasing counterpart. For within every particle of the inner voice that is wanted as well, there is a part that is not wanted. Okay, if I can't find this in a minute, I'm gonna give up. Y'all, this message, here it is. Life is always working out for me. I like understanding that things are always evolving, and while there are many things that could be better where I am, it is not really a problem because where I am is constantly changing to something better. I like knowing that as I look for the best things around me where I am, those things become more prevalent in my experience. It is fun to know that the things are always working out for me. As I watch for evidence of that, I see it more every day. I don't know about you, but I'm always saying everything is working out for me. I even turned to a song, everything is always working out for me. Everything's working out for me. Everything's working out for me. Everything's working out for me. Do what you gotta do. Come up with whatever you need to do to keep yourself focused. But I'm sorry for getting so passionate, but I just really feel in my spirit that the ancestors are saying there's no excuse. There's no excuse that you don't have the resources. There's no excuse that you didn't go to school. It's just no fucking excuse. Live your dreams. Bring these visions to life, because 9 times out of 10, if you've been doing this work, that vision is going to help us transcend these circumstances, and it's going to help bring peace on earth. Like, it's on us, guys. Like, especially if you're in my generation, nobody's coming to save us. There's no Jesus that's going to save us and die on a cross. There's going to be no more Martin Luther Kings, no more Malcolm X's. We are done with that. We are at this point where it's about community coming together. It's not about one person anymore. It's about pairs and community and family. And that only comes by the individual realizing their dream and then just allowing that to live out loud. I don't know about y'all, but I get excited. And if you're not following the healer, or if the person that you get your content from regularly is not making you feel excited or is not excited about the future, that ain't the one. I come from a history of sharecroppers. My grandma literally had to drop out of school, out of 3rd grade or whatever the fuck, so that she could help her parents pick cotton. That's my lineage. And now I almost make 6 figures. I have a book that's going to be a New York Times bestseller. I have a podcast that's going to be the #1 podcast in the world. And that's just the beginning. Because I'm going to have movies. I'm going to have more books. I'm going to have screen. Like, I'm going to have play. I'm going to just do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm going to be acting. I'm going to be doing it all. And that's going to be my life. That's the thing I get to live. Because of all the sacrifices and hard work that my ancestors did. Last thing, I want you to think about, really look at your bloodline. Really think about your patterns. Remember, I told you guys all about my uncle, voodoo priest. voodoo doctor. But then also my granddaddy, I love him so much. My granddaddy Elmer, he was a master mechanic. He was also one of the fastest sharecroppers. He had no education. I think he had maybe a second grade education. He grilled my granny an outhouse. He grilled my granny a house. He ended up moving the whole family. They ended up, well, it's another story about how we got to Detroit. But he built cars, and he just was always this man who was able to sustain his family off of his hands and off of his talents. When he lost his job and said that I'm never going back to work for another person, he never went back to work for another person. That's my bloodline. My granddaddy was the first black engineer at Ford Motors. That's my bloodline. That's who the fuck I am. I'm a fucking trailblazer. So it's really not unbelievable to me that I would be looking to be able to, trailblaze in my own way, to be able to become a New York Times bestseller author, to become one of the few black authors that get the Hello Sunshine treatment. It's no denying that. It's not unbelievable that I feel that way because of the men, because of who the fuck my granddaddy is. That shit is in my blood. This is who I am. And so if they was able to become who the fuck they were under their circumstances, then I know, goddamn it, I am as well. And that's how you got to look at it. Stop looking at our fucking people with this attitude of lack and substance. They're not. That's the last fucking thing they are. They're talented. They're powerful. They're inventive. They get every fucking thing going. They are gods. And we are gods too. We just have to remember it, boo. All right, y'all. Angel number 3131. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to this message, you're not subscribed. What the fuck you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let them rush you, and never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. I don't know about y'all, but it's time. I'm getting mine. I told y'all. I don't know. I'm like Denzel. I'm leaving this motherfucker with something by the end of this year. It's a book deal. It's a new job. It's moving. It's moving the country. I'm leaving this motherfucker with something this year. And I hope you are as well. Go get yours. All right? It's our birthright. Okay? Go put your motherfucking crown on. Talk to you later. Bye.